Hi, welcome to another classic car cave. In this video I'm getting a chance to drive my E-Type, a decent drive, not just take it for its MOT test because the weather's nice. And we've put some of the chrome fittings onto the XK150 Roadster on the rear, the lights. Now obviously all the rubber gaskets are not on it. What we're trying to do is make sure that the body line is correct to fit the new rear lights, because they're actually cheaper to buy brand new than they are to have them chromed. Chroming is very expensive. And on that note, at the end of this month I'm going to pick up the bumpers from the guy who's going to chrome them. They were cheaper to have repaired and chromed because an extremely heavy item, and I think the reproduction is probably not as good. The overriders I bought brand new, but obviously the main bumpers I've had them re-chromed. Also, before you see the video, we've got a little idea. Amir and I were thinking about it. This little Toylander, well, the motors from Thailand, all the running gear is basically from Toylander, which is a company that make these wooden cars. They're quite fairly strong motors. What we're going to do is, when the Moke is finished and ready to paint up and everything else, we're going to see if we can actually tow the track Mini with it, or the hill climb Mini. Now this Mini is a 1310, but it's over 12 point. It's over 12.5 to 1 compression ratio. And so it's obviously got a very high torque starter motor on it, but I want to see if it'll bump start the track car. So let me know what you think, whether you think it will or it won't, and just put down something in the comments. Anyway, I hope you enjoy the video. So Amir's been working on these two doors. They're coming on really nicely now. There's the other one. The back, the shape is looking good. On the back, on both wings, but we put the chrome on to see how it fits here, to make sure this body line is correct. Now there's no gasket under there obviously, but you can see it's a really good shape. There's the chrome backlight. This is the original stuff. There's the one more winning years. As I say, you can see that they're really nice. Now the back's really coming on nice. This fit is good. So what we're trying to do before he leaves for his time off is get this all in primer all the way through up to here, up to this A post. So we can get all this new sills, new floors, everything in the back in primer, white primer everywhere. And then when he comes back, we'll work on the front, or I'll work on the front, because there's quite a bit of work to do here, where I put in some new pieces. And on the front wings, I've ordered a couple of pieces. This is called a front fairing panel, and not the piece on the back, but just the bit on the front, this bit with a lip, if you like. This is 129, 130 pounds plus the VAT, but it has to be specially wheeled on an English wheel, and neither Amir or I have the skill to do that. That's been made up in lead, and it just isn't sitting right. So we're going to put a complete new fairing panel in, because we want to take these off the flanges here. There's flanges inside it, and they're looking pretty scabby, so we want to take that off. And then you can see this back piece is actually okay. I'm actually still on the light, but that front one. And the other thing I've ordered, and this is from Leaping Cats in the UK. The other thing I've ordered is the here for the filler. There's a bit that goes underneath it, which has a drain in it, and kind of like almost like an Irish Belfast sink underneath it, and that's about £75, and that's being made in the UK, along with that front fairing panel. And then once we're up to the A pillar, we can then start to go towards the front. We've got to put in the hockey sticks in the front here, put in the air boxes, the new air box for the triple carburetor setup, and basically, so we're kind of more than halfway across the car. which is something. Fortunately, the bonnet on this is, these are the hockey sticks I was talking about. Fortunately, the bonnet on this is aluminium and it's in really good shape. So that's going to save a lot of work, but it's this front end that really needs needs doing. As I said, the headlight pods have been off. We cleaned underneath it, took all the rust, repaired it all, repaired the pods, put them back on, lead loaded it, and these side light pods are brand spanking new. I put them on. So yeah, we're definitely getting closer. So as far as the mini Moke goes, this will be the setup. All this obviously will be welded in. I'll get the lights, the two lights will go in here, this side, and here there'll be a bar, a kind of bumper bar hanging off it so we can actually pick it up, and that's how the battery arrangement's going to be in line. So I need to make angle iron across the back so that these, as these motors turn, they can't dig in, and that's the way the setup's going to be. I have to cut the windscreen down, but that'll be one of the last jobs. And you can see I've redesigned the front slightly. It's more of a taper. I realised when I looked at a real Moke, the centre of these, just off the centre of these lights is where the edge is, so that's more to scale now. And then inside I've built these inside wings. You see I've had to go around the steering column there, and then what will happen is they'll sit, you can see there, they'll sit and they'll be screwed along the side, and then I'll make a front panel to finish this off. And then again the same thing with the bumper. The bumper will just be a piece of tubular with two box sections going in to support the under tray, and that's how it'll look. It's not all lined up yet, it's a bit wonky at the moment, you can see. But once it's all lined, you can see there's too much of a distance there to there. But it's hard to put it on your own with the clamps, but I'll get it all squared up and it should be good. So there we are. Onwards and upwards. So that's the windscreen. I've cut it down now, but I'm not going to take off the corner pieces, it's only aluminium. And this is what we're going to use, not this particular piece, but I'm going to put this checker plate inside. And then I've got a piece for the back here as well, so somebody can sit on the back of it as well. This is quite a bit of attention to detail here. I've just made this piece here and rolled it in the bead roller. It's just a bit, and then cut it to size. What I'm going to do is just going to sit across this wire in here. So we've got enough. So yeah, it's just to stop this catching when we put it on top of the tyre rack. So I need both hands, so I'm going to turn it off, hang on. There you go, it's just that strip up the centre, that will stop the wires hanging down. Okay, and this is not the correct blue, obviously. It's the nearest blue I could get, and get some cheap paint to do the insides. That's the frames there. And this one's done. This side as well. So we can, it's all dried up, we can start putting it together. We don't want to, got plenty of baby blue paint, or Speedwell blue, but I just use some cheap spray on paint to do this. It'll stop it rusting. So as you can see, we put it back together. We painted the frame and the inside of the metal blue, this blue. It's the wrong blue, but it's the lightest blue I could get, but it's not going to be seen because it's going to be sprayed over the top of. But you can see the sides are nice and straight now they've been welded. That's just a little bit of pin filler in the corners. So this is the checker plate I'm going to put in. So we'll clean that up, shine it up. This is a piece of aluminium, which is nice and flat. The problem with the checker, you can't really put transfer on it. So this will have that logo on it with a golf sticker, same as on the bonnet here. And the nice thing is you can sit on the back, so you can have one person driving and somebody sat on the back with their feet off the back. So everything's nice and square. Just finishing up this bulkhead here, you can see I put those little trims in the corner there and there. Not finished yet. And then this one attaches to this one. You can see it's a really nice fit there. So it'll be a good fit, so I'll weld it all the way along. There's the front. So it looks with the headlights on it. That's the inner wings. And that's the rear back panel there, and it's already drilled, the holes are already drilled for the screws, for the wires to go through, and the indicators on top, and stop lights on the bottom. So yeah, there we go. And then where that cut-off switch is and the control box, that's where the seat will be, basically across there. So I've got to put a piece of wood where that green bit is in front of the checker plate. So put a piece of wood in there and that will make the seat. So there we go. Oh. I got so tied up with this that I didn't go out, didn't take the E-type out, I'm afraid, but it's covered in crap. So I've got to go to Grant's tomorrow because I've got problems with my phone. But you can see, look at the dust on it. There you go. Take it out tomorrow and give it a clean. Blow some air on it, should be alright. But yeah, we're definitely getting there. I think half a day on this and we've done. Ready for paint. Yeah, so stay safe, keep the faith, enjoy your hobby, and just go out and make something. You'll find it quite rewarding. Take care, bye for now.